Well, fuck you, Craig, and welcome back to the 159th rendition of Cooped-Up Conversations with Aaron, Joey, Prokop, and me, Cooper. Prokop is exiled because of the child. We've made the rule as a friend group, once you have a child, you're done, and you need to find new friends, and Prokop's the first one to fall. Our buddy Deli Boy George, he's next. I haven't talked to him in months. It's because he had a kid, dude. Get rid of the kid, drop it off at a firehouse, and we'll talk again. But it's just me and Joey here. And I wanted to start off here with a hard-hitting question. And what level of autism excuses a Nazi salute at the inauguration?
I think a mild amount.
Mild autism? Because my question is do you think Elon hits that threshold? Because that's the one thing the news networks aren't talking about. They're talking about whether or not he did the Nazi salute or not, and then they're firing back like, oh, well, if you don't think it was a Nazi salute, do it on TV right now, blah, blah, blah. And like they think that's clever. And no one is talking about how the guy just might be incredibly autistic, and that doesn't excuse it. But I do feel like you get like a Nazi salute pass at a certain level of autism, and I just don't know if he hits that threshold. It seemed very deliberate.
It was deliberate. I think it was a Nazi salute.
I watched it live, and I remember watching it live and going like, ooh. And then when he turned around and did it again, I'm like, oh, he doubled down. And
I think the second was definitely a double down. I think the first one might have even shocked him at first.
Yeah, he came.
But I don't think it was anything else but a Nazi salute.
And we do know Nazis like rockets, and they are space people. So, I mean, I guess it does track with him being a Nazi. It just seems like if that wasn't his intention, like people who are arguing that he was putting his heart out to the crowd, and to me, that's just even more autistic than Elon actually doing the Nazi salute, because
I think he just spazzed out. Like, I don't think he is necessarily a Nazi. I think he's just like one of those like spaz kids that you like had in school.
Did you see him squirming around next to Barron the whole time? Like someone,
yeah, he can't sit still.
I saw a tweet that was like, someone was like, it's almost like he's trying to like constantly do stuff to be like the next meme. Like he's desperate to be a meme, where he like did like.
No, I think he's on drugs. I think
he's on drugs for sure, and I think he's autistic, and it also all adds up when because the dad's coming out and like going like Elon's fat. And then another thing's like, I'm not impressed by my son Elon or whatever. And it's like, dude, you were the reason that he is the way he is.
Yeah, the dad's everything to blame.
Oh, dude.
I mean, didn't he tried to run away from home and like went to England or whatever? Wasn't that how he got his start?
I don't know any of the Elon lore, just simply because I don't find nerds interesting. Like, I don't care about their origin story, because like, the trope that they were bullied and stuff is just I'm out on it. Like, I don't care that you were bullied. Like, cool, you're smart. My thing is like, if you weren't bullied, does that mean you weren't going to be smart? I just feel like it's kind of like a fucking stupid argument.
No, I think the bullying thing is they're going to be annoying about it now.
Yeah,
like they were always going to do like smart stuff, but they were probably going to go into like finance and just like chill if they weren't bullied, instead of doing Nazi salutes at the.
It just seems like that's like an arm angle that there's no like. It's almost like that should be coached. It's like, no matter what you do, keep the arm away from that slot. And I think
I mean, I bet the media coaches were probably like, oh, I guess we don't need to tell them not to do a Nazi salute.
dude, imagine being the people, like, because I've been watching Veep again and how they like constantly are fucking up and stuff, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm imagining the people in the background of the administration watching that and just their reaction behind the scene, because you knew like the second he did it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a problem.
Well, Trump's already kind of gave him up for the Sam Altman guy. He could be pissed.
Well, he could be pissed, and I also do think there is just something so unappealing. I think the Mars stuff is just so boring, because people view it as there's so many more problems on Earth. Like, why do we care about getting to Mars first?
Yeah, it's that, and it's also, it's not even flashy enough anymore. I think that's like one of those things where like if it does happen, that's gonna be like, I think if it's gonna happen in like 5-ish years, like what's the point of hyping it up like right now?
Yeah.
Like if it's like a year countdown to it, like oh that's pretty sick, I guess. But like we got like, are we gonna make it 5 years at this point?
That's the thing too is no one should want them to make Mars because then all the rich people are just gonna go to Mars and they're gonna like let us fight.
I don't think they're ever gonna go to Mars. I think that would mean it's like horrible. Earth is never gonna get so bad that it's better than Mars.
Yeah, unless it's a nuclear fucking wasteland.
Even then, like Mars is a nuclear wasteland, and you don't have any of the resources you ever had back.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna go once it's set up. They're not gonna be the first.
They'll go, but I don't think he's gonna go, and I don't think he's gonna die there. He's gonna be like, I'm coming back. He's not gonna go until he can come back.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want to come back? How long is the trip?
I think it's like 6 months.
That's such an investment. Can you like sleep the whole time? Do they put you in one of those chambers?
I don't think we have those chambers.
I've always wondered how those chambers would work. Because it's like, oh, they just freeze you, but like, don't you die when you freeze?
The one in Interstellar, they don't even freeze. They put you in like a goo.
Yeah, but what does that even mean?
I couldn't tell you.
Is there science behind the goo?
I couldn't tell you. That's a good question, though. No, because you got to be awake for that. Especially if they're not gooing you for 6 months either. They're gonna goo you. It'll be
like when you're like going to Jupiter or something.
Yeah. No, you gotta be awake, and you're cramped. Just because he's rich, he's not gonna get a better spaceship. You know what I mean? I mean, it might be a little nicer, but you're still
might have a little more space. Yeah. I just feel like I would get so bored. Like it would basically be like a flight, except for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I get antsy on a flight at like hour 5. Like I normally can make it like till like 2-3 hours. I'm like, whatever, this is kind of a fun little trick, like a fun little treat. But then like by hour 5, I'm like, fuck me, man. I'm so fucking bored.
No, I don't think they'll ever escape to anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's probably just to make money in the meantime. And also like to make a name.
And the AI thing seems more important, truthfully. Like,
well, the Mars thing was before like we actually thought AI was gonna get anywhere within the next couple of years. Yeah, it didn't hit till like 2022 or 3.
AI didn't hit till 2022. It wasn't a thing before that.
Well, me and Aaron were in Dorchester when it like hit. No, it was like literally they just like solved it. Not solved it, but like got good enough that it made sense.
So this might be a stupid question, but why couldn't we theoretically just make ChatGPT write the AI code that they use for the China one because it's open source?
Because I don't think it's smart enough. It could write the code, but I don't think it's smart enough to come up with new code that's good enough.
But it's not new code. It's just copying it.
Well, we have better ones than the China ones.
But I thought the China one was the best one, you said.
The China one isn't the best one, but it's like the cheapest, and they apparently did it very cheaply. We don't really know.
I don't believe that.
And they apparently, the thing that's good about it is it can run off like any computer when they need like hundreds of like expensive equipment to run theirs. And it is open source, so they can just copy it, but it might not be for the general person. It might just be better. You know what I mean?
I'm honestly surprised as humans we haven't just come along and been like, this AI thing seems like a bad idea.
I think it's too late.
I just don't see.
When you have countries like China, they're going to do it no matter what. It's like, nah, we have to do it.
Yeah. I just think maybe giving access to every fucking moron. Like, because like my parents will show me a video and I'm like, it says AI in the corner. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's you can tell. Like my dad will send me like, almost like, you know, the videos where it's like waking up in like France, 16. My dad will like show me that. And I'll be like, you can tell by like their hands and their face, like those are the parts that are like hard for them to master. But
did you see the ones that are like American Idol, and it's like the judge is going like, whoa, and it's just like a 3-headed like AI guy out there singing like some Jesus song, and everyone in the comments is like, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. It is always funny going to the comments and just like having people realize how stupid people are, and then I'm like, these got to be bots, man. Like,
yeah, they're probably just bots.
But it also might not be. People might just be that dumb, and I think that's also just as likely. I saw the what was the fucking AI thing I saw? Oh, they AI'd Keanu Reeves over the guy from Parks and Rec doing like the run through the thing for that Apple TV show that I heard you.
I saw that.
and it looked pretty good. And I guess the movie The Brutalist came out, and they used AI for what's his name there? Not Sacha Baron Cohen, the fucking the guy from The Pianist. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Jewish guy.
I don't know.
Adrian Brody. They did
They AI'd him?
they AI'd his Hungarian accent because he couldn't get it and it was pissing the director off, so they AI'd it.
Oh, I can see that.
And
yeah.
they AI'd other stuff, and it's like it's up for Oscars, and people are like, "Oh, it shouldn't be in contention because it was AI." And I don't really care about Hollywood's jobs. We've said that during the strike, but it does seem like that's a bad precedent to set. To be like, yeah, like any AI can get it, because then it's over. Then you guys might as well hit Indeed. Your job's over.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be over real soon. I think it's eventually gonna be.
There's
no way I'm gonna find it on here.
I don't want to see fucking Barry Keoghan forever, though, dude. Like, there better be certain people who make the cut for like the AI
I think
all
there
the time.
will, just because we also have like the influencer stuff that they have to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. But it was just like this crazy video where it's like The Voice. What's that show, The Voice?
Oh, The Voice or X Factor. There is a show called The Voice. There's a Max.
No, it's one of those. It's just like only AI people coming up singing about Jesus, and it was a pretty funny video. But clearly AI, like.
Yeah, dude. You got to be able to like. I don't think I've really ever been fooled by it yet, and that's like the only thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely like I've had to double take some stuff, but I don't think I've ever been like, oh, like this is an AI. I can't tell. Which is freaky because the transition from
maybe like still art, maybe, but no, So I saw a postcard recently that was sent by like the U.S. Postal Service, and it was like, oh, like have a happy holidays, and everyone was like, it was so nice, and I looked at it, and I'm like, this is AI. Like the words are just like scribbles that are weird, and like the truck has like 5 wheels, and no one else caught it, and I'm like. I don't think people look at things anymore, so I don't think it matters.
No, I really just do think people are incredibly dumb. Me included, but like I genuinely think like a majority of the people are just like dum-dums, dude. And that's the thing. I was like, when we were speaking of people being dumb, like you and I are in the group, the two people who didn't get into skiing, and that's like the thing is just people are too stupid for me to want to get onto a fucking slope of just pure ice with children and people speeding down the hill. Like skiing is honestly one of the most unappealing things on the planet for me at this point, and I wish I got into it when I was younger, but I just have no interest in this point. 3-head voice.
It really is something I really have never really thought I wanted to do. The only time I ever think I want to do it is when I watch like old World War II videos of like the Finnish skiers with the guns. And
yeah, but like, that even didn't seem fun because they were like.
Here it is.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, we got an ad.
By the way,
we're not giving Tide or Marvel any money.
By the way, when did they make Captain America? I thought this guy was his own superhero.
They did, and I don't know actually. I've never
like
seen it. And then Captain America died. Well, something happened where he's like dead now, and he had to take over or something like that.
Chris Evans died in real life?
No, in the show.
Oh, I just.
Yeah.
So these people aren't AI. We'll
no. This isn't AI,
this
but
video.
We'll look at the comments after. This is also clearly a different episode.
Yeah, it's just like.
Oh, come on. Speed it up. I only saw clips.
It's a mix between America's Got Talent and the X Factor, I think.
I was meant to be a triplet, but God had other plans. And somehow their essence lives on in me. Growing up was hard, but I believe God's grace has brought me here, stronger and blessed. My journey reminds me.
Why are two of the heads talking, but the third one's just like surprised? Is that Terry Crews?
Oh. They're crying already. They never like show him. It's a different face file.
Oh my god.
It's an African. Like it's not even.
He just got more African. His nose is like melting.
This is AI. This sounds like Suno, the ones that we used to make. Remember?
Yo, yeah, it does.
It's a different guy again.
His heads are shrinking. All right, let's see these comments.
How do I get to the comments here?
How
It might have changed a bit since like
it actually
it went
worries me how
viral.
many mentally challenged people there are in the comments. This made me cry.
Well, yeah, because the issue is now that it went viral, like these are gonna be. We gotta go 2 weeks ago.
This world ends with the
Yeah, it's all ruined now. Where's? Oh fuck! It was so much fun here when all these ones weren't here.
I love Jesus. Jesus coming soon. That's my favorite thing about like tragic events is how people are like,
what is this?
this is
Simon, you're. I'm not doing an accent, but
Simon, you're a good man. You only act tough. I think he meant tough, but it says though. But some of these acts bring out the softer side of you. I love you as a person. God bless you and your. There's no way that's a real person. Amen. God bless them. Our God is a miraculous God. Man can never understand his mysterious ways. Can humans find peace?
please, can I get this song?
The name of the nice singer. Oh my God. He doesn't
He
exist.
doesn't
That is my favorite part of like videos though, is just like, oh, my like house burned down and I lost everything, and they're like, that's God's will. And it's like, why do you want to comment that?
My thing with like this stuff, I almost don't believe they're bots, because who's making like Christian bots? Like, what does that
think-
really promote?
God. You don't think
This-
the
I don't-
Vatican's paying for some Christian bots?
I don't know, like on this stuff.
Maybe, man. Well, anything that says
Well, I guess the
God.
bot just kind of figures it out.
Well, I think like the second they hear God in a song, they're like, oh.
Yeah. But when I think of bots, like I'm like, you should be doing it to make money or like push an agenda, or you're not doing it right. Let's see what this guy is.
Little Revy.
Trap artist.
Is that Rihanna crying? Or P. Kelly. R. Kelly.
Oh my god, guy.
R. Kelly, a letter to my victim. Music video.
This doesn't seem like a troll account.
No, this guy. This also has 106,000 subscribers. A lot of R. Kelly stuff.
Things don't make you cry. Jesus has saved me. Is R. Kelly Christian?
I guess one of my.
What is, like, dude?
I guess one of my coworkers is fighting with his fiance to have an R. Kelly song at their wedding. And I'm like, that seems like one that you should just let go.
No one's gonna remember. Like, oh,
I need to have this art. Also, R. Kelly, it seems like you don't want a guy who pissed on kids that he trafficked as like being your wedding day. Oh my god, this is that a mermaid?
we gotta say that.
Old man saves mermaid and fishing net.
This is just a clip.
Christ. Look at the comments of this, by the way.
Is this AI? I almost can't tell.
I think it's definitely AI just by the blood.
Some pretty good AI then. I won't lie. It's a
He's
different
Asian
guy.
now. This is
How do I see the comments? There's no comments.
No comments. 22 likes. Yeah. Well, I think
I have a monkey. 10-year-old girl learned to do this.
the snake lion and a warthog. By the way, speaking of autism, Zuckerberg autistically looking at Bezos' wife's tits like 10 times during the inauguration was one of my. First off, Bezos, you're one of the richest men on earth. Like, I get you got divorced and now you got like a hottie like girlfriend, but
I don't even think she's that attractive.
she not for how much money he has.
No.
But why is she wearing a bra and a sports jacket to the inauguration? Put on a shirt. Like, I'm not trying to body shame or clothes shame, but that just seems like an inappropriate time to wear.
Just like, watching that.
It was tough. And did you see the Argentinian president in the background? I thought it was a cardboard cutout because he didn't move for like the first 20 minutes, and I'm like, is that the fucking
I don't
president?
know if he understands English.
He probably. I mean, he probably does. I'm not going to say
He's never spoken it. I don't
really?
think. All the
His mutton
videos I've seen have been like AI over or like.
His mutton chops are unreal. It's like it's such.
He's got to look. He's got to look.
Then he's got like the disheveled hair and stuff. It's like at some point, it's like when you're when you're president, you shouldn't look like that. It's not the 1800s anymore. Like, why do you look like fucking James Polk or something? Like, it's stupid. But yeah, the whole thing was a shit show. And then you got fucking Conor McGregor and all that. It just wasn't a great. It was a solemn day, and the whole time I was waiting for his head to get fucking blown off. Because, like, MSNBC was the one I was watching because I'm like, I can't listen to Fox jacking off. And
Yeah.
and then they were like, oh, by the way, no designated survivor today. I'm like, seems like a weird note to make before this inauguration. Like, what would they do if they don't have a designated survivor? Like, doesn't it go...
What does that mean? What was a designated survivor? Like,
you're supposed to keep, like, one person from the cabinet in the chain of command. So that way, like, if everybody else dies, like, that person becomes president. It's supposed to be, like, the House of Reps guy or something like that, like the Speaker of the House. It's supposed to be somebody. There's a whole TV show with a guy from 24, and it's basically the same as 24, except he's designated survivor.
who would it? Well, no, that goes to Speaker of the House, right?
I think it
Who's
goes to
that?
from president to VP to Speaker of the House to...
J.D. Vance wasn't anything, right? He wasn't a rap or anything.
He was he the senator from Ohio?
He was
But
pretty
then
young.
it's like
That's why I'm
Senate
wondering.
majority. Like,
He might have been, actually.
it goes like all the way down to like every federal worker has a number. So it's like if theoretically if 10,000 people died, like the postal worker could be the president.
Yeah. No, I don't think he was anything. He was, oh, wait. Yeah, he was a senator. Okay, so.
Yeah, you normally don't go from nothing to vice president.
I feel like some of his options were.
Shit, your fucking Wi-Fi does not work on my phone. I always have a
Really?
problem with it. And then you have shit service here. I wanted to see the list.
Are you connected to the Wi-Fi?
I was.
There's a million Google Homes here. There.
Yeah, it's probably draining it. But yeah, they're like, oh no, I'm like, this seems like a bad idea, and then I was like, the whole time I was just waiting for something to happen, and then it didn't happen. Then the Nazi salute happened, so it was kind of like it was a whole deal.
It just was kind of like cringy with all like the influencers there.
It was wicked cringy, and then I can't help but love George Bush. Just making his goofy little faces.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so bad for that man, and I know he killed 1 million Iraqis and took away a lot of our freedoms and blah, blah, blah. I don't blame him for any of it. I think he is stupid. I think he's just a stupid guy who was elected president, and it's devastating for him and his legacy. Cheney ruined it, but there's just like he gave like Obama the little belly tap. My dad got pissed about that. He's like, oh, so him and Obama are buddy buddies now? And I'm like, I'm sure they were buddy buddies the whole time, dude. like there's something so funny. He gives a little little belly tap, and then he's just sitting there with Laura. Definitely wanted to drink the whole time, and he definitely found the meta too, because like he did the opposite of Hitler, where he went from fucking war crimes to painting, and it's a lot sweeter than being a painter to someone who did the war crimes.
Yeah, you should only be doing art at the end of your life.
Yeah, art. If you're not really good at it, it's like when you're 80 and you're supposed to like paint sailboats and houses and stuff. It's supposed to be like a sweet little thing. You pass it on to your grandkids, and then it like that was the thing my great grandma did. She was like a painter, and like like my family cherishes these paintings, and I'm like, it's like apples and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I got one of the cherished ones, but I think I gave it to my dad. But like everyone has one. There's like an original Phyllis Gavin piece. It's everywhere. But there's something nice about an old person painting. But yeah, what else did I fucking want to talk about? Oh, like the the fucking Irish people not getting out of their own way. The thing that I said to you when they finally get a platform for their fucking to get the 6 counties back. That I hate to tell you, Irish people, and I know it's like probably just Kira listening. No one cares about the 6 counties outside of Irish people in America, who you hate, by the way, which I just still also don't get. Where, like, I understand when people are, like, 0.2% Irish, and they're like, oh, I'm Irish, I'm in Ireland, blah, 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 and they're obnoxious with it. But, like, when people are mostly Irish, they come back and learn the heritage, whatever, I don't get why you're, like, shitting on them for saying you're Irish. But they're the only people who care about your stupid counties. So Shane Gillis gets on Joe Rogan and shows kneecap. And, like, Joe Rogan likes it, and he's like, oh, so they're Republicans? And he thought they were like American Republicans, and they're like, "See, Rogan's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know anything about anything. He never
He's
researches.
Italian. He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a fuck. First off, second off, he doesn't research every. I'm not saying Joe Rogan's the smartest person on the planet. He's a fucking idiot. I'm not saying that. But for you to assume, you fucking egotistical fucks, that everybody knows your fucking stupid history.
I bet half America doesn't even know that there's a North Ireland.
They probably don't know it's different. That's why people.
Outside of
that's why people
Northeast.
think Ireland's in the UK, dude. They don't care. They don't care. It's so many of these places don't understand that. No, like, and I'm not even saying you should care about America, but you, for whatever reason, do. Like, Aaron was talking to me the other day about this like Belgian girl that we met when we were out of the bar when I was there. They like met up with her, and all she's doing is talking about American politics, and then she's shaming like Aaron for not knowing Belgian politics, and he's like, it doesn't impact me at all. And they're like, well, why do we get told about American stuff all the time? It's like, hey, dum-dum, you're talking about it.
When we went to Ireland, they were asking us about even Canadian politics and like American politics, and it was like,
yeah, they talk about it all the time. I met some guy from New Zealand when I was in Belgium, and I was having dinner, and they were talking to me about like American geopolitics, and then they brought up their prime minister. They're like, oh, do you know our prime minister, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, can't say I do. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, really? New Zealand doesn't impact me at all. Like, I don't even know who the governor of fucking New Hampshire is.
so no.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna give a fuck about your haka dancing fucking prime minister who looks British. I don't care. Like, it's so fucking funny. But they're like, he doesn't even know Irish Republicans are actually liberal. Like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, dum-dum. How about instead of that, you just go, oh, wow, on the largest platform on Spotify, besides Jason Kelsey's wife podcast, which I don't know how the fuck.
There's a whole other world out there.
Yeah, there's a whole other. The bot farming must be insane, because I know a lot of women, and none of them have told me about Jason Kelsey's wife's podcast. So who the fuck is listening to it? But on the largest platform, you had one of your fucking big music groups talked about, and instead of taking that and going like, yeah, guys, it's a positive message, like blah, 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 you have to fucking jump down people's throat for not knowing your shit. I'm sorry. I'm Irish, and I don't even know half the shit. Like, I was walking around Belfast, and I was learning a lot. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that, blah, blah, blah. First off, it's just so funny. Like, you guys can't ever just fucking take something and go like, oh, and it's just in the Irish genetics. We can't help it. Like, I constantly fight it too. It's just instead of ever taking what you can get, you constantly want more. And it's the biggest, except more progress for whatever reason.
I hate how they don't understand. Like, when I feel like when the average Irish Bostonian goes like, oh, I'm Irish, it's like we're talking about Irish American because there's more of us than there are of you.
There are So many more.
It's like, and I hate to say it, like we don't care about your culture as much as Irish American culture, which at this point, like, might as well be its own thing.
Which also, by the way, is basically just Irish culture, but
With more money.
with with people who actually fucking work. We shit on Ireland a lot here, and most people probably don't care about that, but it's just something that you guys need to know is just how insufferable these people are. And that's probably half the reason the British haven't given the fucking counties back, because they don't want to give you guys the satisfaction. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know how badly you guys fucking want them back.
I don't think they.
I just think they want to bitch.
They do. They just want to bitch.
It's
about
like
it.
the whole thing with the language thing, and people can get on me about this and be like, "You don't know the history," blah 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 blah. But my thing is the Republic of Ireland has been free since 1916, and when you go over there, none of them know how to speak it, even the old people. And there's people who probably like there's fucking American people. I know like 2 people who went over there to learn fucking Irish language, but you guys, for whatever reason, speak it in your homes. Like, start learning it. If you actually, instead of just bitching that they took your language away, learn it again. Like, even in like North Ireland, they
It's
have
on all the
schools.
signs and everything too.
It's there. It's right in front of you, and there's no excuse. It's been
They
100
speak
years.
it on the bus. They speak it on the train. Like they have to do. It's like when you go down to like Disney World and they have to speak it once in Spanish, once in Mandarin, once in English. Like
They speak it there. You have the access, but you guys don't want to learn it clearly, and so like stop bitching about it. It's just so insufferable.
it's on Duolingo.
And what they'll say is like there's not enough teachers, and it's like
Duolingo.
Duolingo it.
It's been on there since I got
but
it.
incentivize the people who know it to teach it. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. And it's like I understand the whole point of it, where you guys want the language, do it. But like that's
I might
the thing
learn it
about
out of spite right now.
That's
I'm
the
not
thing
even
about
joking.
North Ireland is they at least have schools. Because out of spite they're learning it. Because that was like one of the like things I learned on the trip was that after the Troubles, like that was one of the treaties that you can speak it. Like they have languages schools now. So there's clearly some teachers.
It's like not a dead language.
It's not dead. It's not Latin.
No, but it's not even like when you hear like, oh, like they're from this South American or not South
Yeah,
American,
village
whatever,
where it's
whatever.
dead.
It's like there's only like 50 speakers and they're keeping it alive. It's like, well, these people are learning like this. They don't have it on any app. They don't have it on online or anything.
I almost might want to learn Irish just out of.
I'm gonna learn out of spite.
Just
now
out
that
of
I know they have
principle.
the AI teachers that are like way better.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I've thought about learning it just out of spite. So then when I go over there, I speak better Irish than the fucking Irish people, and then I will say, "Call me not Irish again, you fucking." That was like one of the things that pisses me off. How insulted they get when I'm like, "Oh, I'm Irish American." They're like, "Oh, I bet you are." I'm like, "I fucking am, you idiot!" Like fucking
We're
out of
doing
my
way better than you
out of my
guys.
fucking 8 great grandparents, 5 of them were Irish. So don't tell me I'm not Irish. And it's like, oh, you're Irish American or they want you to say you're American with Irish heritage or something. I'm like, you basically are the fucking idiots who are like, they're not homeless. They're currently people experiencing houseless.
There's also like, and I guess Europeans do it too, but it's mainly the Irish. But any other like nationality, if you find like, oh, like I'm part this, you're like, oh, nice, like
Yeah, everybody else cares. Like, it does
they don't
not.
make a like, except for Europeans. I don't know. There's
No,
probably some.
I guarantee you, I can promise you, if I go to Lithuania and say I'm 25%
Yeah, well, that's what I
Lithuanian,
mean. Not even
they
all.
would care.
I mean, like maybe French and German too.
Yeah,
the,
but
the English are like they're like, oh, that's cool, I guess.
yeah,
Although everyone's, I guess, fucking English, but
yeah, it just riles me up so much because it's just like you guys cannot help yourselves. Because like maybe instead of shaming Americans, you realize like, oh, if Americans care about us losing the counties, we might actually get them back.
they
at
don't
some point.
understand how like weirdly loved they are over there.
And they really shouldn't be. And that's the one
And they
thing
should not be. They have like Obama goes over there and they love him. Like everyone loves Ireland. But that's because they haven't been there. I bet you if you start getting Americans over there, you're gonna lose that.
I can
quick.
tell you one thing. I liked it the first time. The second time I went back, I'm like, I'm fucking good with these people. Because they're just so fucking pretentious, man. They're so pretentious. And it's not our fault that our ancestors had to fucking leave. You fucking asshole. What do you want to do? We should have stayed? fucking eating the twigs or whatever you guys had to eat for the 150 years with the famine. You're gonna shame me for that. If anything, the fucking Ireland might have fucking died if it wasn't for the help of the fucking Americans.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm done fucking shitting on them every week. But it's just something I wanted to bring up because you had the chance on you have one of the biggest comedians who actually is Irish, same thing, and appreciated the culture and showed it on the biggest platform. And instead of taking that and going like, this is the time to educate everybody on it, I'm gonna fucking jump down the throat that Joe
Rogan
Rogan
didn't know. They might have been able to go on Joe Rogan. Who said it? Kneecap said it.
So Shane Gillis hung out with Kneecap when they toured in America.
Mm-hmm.
They came to Philly and they hung out.
Yeah.
And so, like, Shane Gillis has been pumping Kneecap on, like, every podcast he's been on.
But I'm saying who was, like, pissed that Rogan didn't get it?
Just Irish people on TikTok.
So it wasn't Kneecap didn't go.
No, I don't think
it.
Kneecap was pissed. And I'm sure, but the thing is I'm sure they would be.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that because they cannot fucking help themselves because
It's even with, like, English people, too, because, like, I listen to, like, English, like, more punk bands, and they're, like, so proud that they're, like, slightly left of center that it's, like, so annoying, and they'll be like, oh, I'll never be a Tory, even though, like, the only difference is I, like, don't like them hunting foxes or something like that. It's like, you guys don't have, like...
There's something in the water around that region where they just don't, like, English people, too, like, and I can't remember if we talked about it. We talked about it briefly, the Robbie Williams thing. But the Robbie Williams thing.
I was going to bring that up next.
Yeah, the Robbie Williams thing. I went in such a deep hole with it because they just refuse to believe that he didn't get popular here. They just, like, they cannot grasp it. And they're like, oh, like, I just don't get it, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, first off, there's 55 fucking people around the same era that sung the same kind of garbage fucking music that we had in America. Why would we listen to him? And also, you guys constantly shit on Americans, constantly, about how we think we're the center of the universe. But British people are way worse, but they have, like, at least America is still, like, kind of on the top. Like, you can argue that China is probably more...
We're definitely more media
than
anyone else.
You can argue maybe China's close to us when it comes to influence around the world, like, blah, 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 and we're a little blinded to that. Like, I understand that. But don't sit here and act like we're not the fucking top. Your empire is over. All you have left is the fucking Falklands, and then you have fucking North Ireland. And once North Ireland goes, by the way, Scotland's going. They don't fucking want to be a part of England anymore.
Scotland probably wishes they went last time. It was close referendum.
I think it was like I saw a poll that was like 60% of Scottish people, younger people, don't want to be a part of Great Britain. So once North Ireland goes, which when I was there, they were saying that they already have about 50-50 representation between the Catholic Protestant kind of like control. That in their lifetime, realistically, it's going to be more Irish controlled, and they're going to probably break away. So
it's got to be something also like Ireland doesn't want them. They're not doing good up there, right?
North Ireland is very poor, yeah.
So it's like, Ireland's already like not even a real first world country.
It's
they got Apple.
It's second
tax
world.
money.
It's second world at best.
And like as soon as the EU put through that thing where it's like, oh, you have to have minimum tax on corporations, they're kind of cooked after that.
Yeah. So I don't even know how badly they want it. I think out of pride they probably want it, but like, I don't like. I'm sure that once it happens, they'll fucking find something else to bitch about. But yeah, like, moral of the story is England needs to realize their time is over. No one cares about it. Like, England has, it's like the same thing Canada has, where they like think they have this like world influence, and it's like, I'm sorry guys, you really fucking don't. The only reason, if Canada was in fucking South America, no one would give a fuck about Canada. The only reason they give a fuck about it is in you're in our sphere of influence. It's fucking ridiculous. And the English people are like, you don't like Robbie Williams, blah, blah, blah. First off, he's not good. And when you were showing me the same fucking song, Me with the Bow Show, blah, 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 that song, and you're like, how don't you like this? And it's like, because I have fucking ears, dude. What do you mean, how don't I? There is one song that he has that, like, was on movies in the 2000s. Like hey, oh, there we go. A little bit high and a little low. If you heard it, you'd be like, oh, that was on, like, Shrek's fucking trailer. That's
that
like
was
what
on
it is.
Over the Hedge.
It was Over the Hedge, I think. it was something like that.
A B tier. Like animated movie.
Yeah, like it was not DreamWorks and it was not Pixar, but it was like Like, I remember hearing that song, and that's the only one. And it's like, why aren't you guys showing us that one? And also, the movie was stupid. He was a fucking monkey, and the reason he's a monkey is because he never felt quite the same as everybody else. First off, you're a fucking asshole, dude. You made boy band pop songs. You're fucking about as cookie cutter as you could get. If they could, they should have made you the fucking gingerbread man for the movie instead of a fucking CGI monkey. It's stupid. And for you to not only like, and the thing is, they were upset we didn't want to watch the movie. They're like, oh, like, well, objectively, it's a good movie. Like, you should just want to go see it.
I'm not even getting to the theater to see good movies. Like, known good movies.
I haven't gone. I've gone to the movie theater maybe 4 times in the last 5 years, and the only reason I really go to the movie theater is to get the fucking icy and the popcorn. I don't like the movie theater experience is terrible. Like, there's very few movies that I want to see on a screen around other people. Like, why do I want to be around other people in fucking seats that someone else was?
I saw Interstellar, which was not a great experience. It was a good experience, but it was packed. People are coming in and out the entire time.
Yeah.
People came in at like 30 minutes left in the movie. They came in and sat down. People are like using their phone. They're talking. They're like playing stuff out their speakers. It's like, why would I come do this anymore?
Yeah. Why am I? Because it's $30 a ticket, so it's already $60. Then if you get fucking popcorn, it's another $20 for whatever reason. And it's like $100 thing. I might as well have gotten a fucking lobster. Like, it's a terrible experience. Why?
And it comes to like streaming like the next week.
and then like the movie theater, like the movie like industry tries to make you feel bad. They're like, well, streaming's killing the movies. That's why movies are shit. And it's like, how about you guys just make good movies and figure out a fucking price plan? Like, they're like, oh, the Robbie Williams, it was $110 million to make, and we only made $14 million. How do you?
Nothing makes me happier when I see those headlines. Even like movies I don't care about at all.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude, it's got
I
all
watched Padre Pio with like Shia LaBeouf. They probably put like $13 in that movie, and it was great.
Yeah, low budget movies are dope.
Yeah.
It's the fucking high budget ones are never good. Like. I'm over like the Michael Bay bullshit. Like I don't need to see any of that. And it's just like
I'll go see it in what's the thing in Vegas called the Dome?
the Sphere.
I'll see something in this if they make a movie for the Sphere.
Yeah,
and they put a Sphere in maybe like Everett or something, then I'll go see it.
Yeah, the Sphere is
because at least it's different. At least I can't do that in my house.
yeah, but like an IMAX theater, it's just like
They should do something where like you get in there and you put on like a VR goggle. It's a movie that's like made for VR.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
And that's cheaper than making a Sphere.
And they're already doing it with porn, so I can't imagine it's like a hard.
I think it's just trying to fit. I don't think people are artistic enough to like be able to like. I don't know. Because we used to have 3D movies.
Yeah, that's something that I wish.
Disney World does it. Like you go sit down in the theater and
Yeah, it's
like,
a 4D thing, and you get
yeah.
like misted and stuff. Like that's cool.
Yeah, so take away the mist. Take away the little Bugs Life thing where they have the bugs going under the seat.
Honestly, and take away the other people. Like,
Well, I think almost if you put on the glasses, it almost makes it a little better.
yeah, that's true. I just like anything that gets me in the general public for 2 hours and I'm locked in is just not something I want to do.
It's so bad.
Like even going to sporting events, dude. Like when we went to Fenway for, I think it was Jaden and Alex's birthday. Like that was fun. I haven't been to Fenway in a while. Like that's kind of a good take. But like when we went to the fucking Garden to watch the Bruins game when Rob brought us, like that was, and I'm sitting next to the fucking Fatty Boom Batty the whole time. I'm like, this is a horrible experience. This is not fun.
It's not
and,
a great
and honestly,
product.
sports in general, and that's like, I don't know if it has to do with sports betting or what, but sports in general are just such a miserable experience now.
Yeah.
Like I really don't sit down and watch like NFL fully that much anymore. Like I'll watch a game here or there, but I don't.
It's also, yeah. I mean, it's that, but also I've been to, in the last year, I've been to almost every Boston sports team, and I'm too big for all the seats, and I'm not even like that big. So like
Yeah.
I don't know like how all these people are going to like sports. The Bruins game, I had to go stand up for half the time.
Yeah, I was literally falling asleep because of the warmth coming off the fucking big guy next to me.
The Red Sox was fine, but that's because no one was there next to me. And
The Red Sox, the baseball is the only sport that I still would rather go in person to watch than.
Right, but I'd rather shoot myself than watch it on TV, so it's a little different.
Yeah, 100%. But even watching the NFL, dude, like I watched both games this weekend in their entirety, and it was just such a fucking miserable product. And maybe it's because like the Patriots aren't in it, and a little part of me is bitter about the Chiefs. Like maybe that. But like I watched that game, and I was just like, the Chiefs don't have that same buzz the Patriots had, where it's like you play them, and it's like, oh, they're fucking just so much more prepared, so much better. Like it was just a sloppy, terrible game, and you knew when it was close that Mahomes was going to win. And it's just not. They don't hit each other anymore because like everybody has to be. First off, that's the thing I don't get, and I understand you want to keep people safe. Like you don't want to you don't want to put people in a place where they get injured. But like the fact that the business aspect is like sports have become too big, where it's just like these athletes are making too much money. Where it's like this is like. They're not willing to do anything. They don't want to get hit. They don't want to fucking get hurt. They don't like. That's why all the All-Star games suck now. Is because they just have no interest. Because it's like, why would I do that when I can make the same amount of money and not put the effort in? And it's like football is not supposed to be a sport where you come out of it with your brain. Like if you're good at football, I feel like it's one of those things where It's like people signing up for the military and being like, well, I don't want to get shot at. It's like
it's also
don't
like
join the military.
You make enough that you should be able to retire pretty early.
You play for 5 years, dude.
You should be like, I know it's the life, but you should. If you're that concerned, then you should be able to retire by then.
I also just don't.
Or at least do some sponsorships after.
I understand that, like, the argument for that would be people who like don't make a ton of money.
No, I mean
like,
that's what I mean. Even like the lower.
Even the lower end guys make more than most of us will ever make in our entire fucking life, like for an annual salary.
Yeah.
Like the lowest level guys make 6 figures. And it's like, I'm sorry, if you don't want to do that, then fucking go to school and become a fucking financial accountant or something. Like do what the rest of us have to do. I don't want to watch flag football because you guys don't want to get concussion.
Is that hard to do?
What?
Not like be a side coach, not the coach at a college.
Yeah, a lot of people coach. And like honestly, it's funny because a lot of college kids will fucking hit each other, and they're not gonna get like they're getting paid now, but they're not gonna be pros, and they don't care about CTE. Why do I have to feel bad for guys who are making millions of dollars to play football? If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Like, I shouldn't have to watch fucking flag football because we're worried about people. And that sounds so fucking callous. But I understand it, but it's like...
It's like, okay, then the sport's going to die.
Everybody's life fucking sucks, man. All right? Us average people, our life fucking sucks. We have to get up every day. We go to work for jobs we don't fucking like for not enough money. All we have is these sporting events, and you're ruining them with sports gambling and the fucking ability, like these athletes who aren't fucking playing. Like I saw, like basketball, by the way. So don't even just like we can get off the football thing for a minute. Basketball, fucking Joel Embiid, who's one of the biggest stars in the NBA, has played 489 games in his career and has sat out for 400. He has played half of the time, and he has made bajillions of dollars. And you don't even you have knee problems in the NBA. You're gonna have knee problems anyways. You're 10 feet tall. Like, I don't want to fucking hear it. Play basketball. Like, and I'm not saying like that's all you have to be. Like, I understand that's not like people got in trouble for fucking telling LeBron James to shut up and dribble. I'm not saying that. Be an activist. Be whatever the fuck you want. But play fucking basketball. It's your job. Like, it's all people have. People pay. They get their kids at Christmas fucking tickets to go watch the 76ers play, and the 2 best players don't play. You're a fucking scumbag. Play the sport. Like, our life sucks, man. I can't watch basketball anymore. Like, I can't watch football, and like hockey is the only one where because they don't get paid that much, so they have to play, and like. It just doesn't make sense. Hockey's the only sport that I actually enjoy watching now.
Yeah.
Because the people care. They play the same about
Doesn't
the same
stop
level of
every
product
5
every time.
seconds, and I get an ad shoved down my throat.
Yep, and it is just there's not a ton of money in gambling in it, so it's not scripted. It feels authentic. It's the only true authentic sport left, and the people are like, someone's gonna listen to that and be like, "Oh, you're racist because hockey is white people." It's not. It's not anything to do with anything else. All right, it's the simple fact that I just want to watch a sport. If you are a top athlete, I just want to watch you be good at the sport. It's stupid, man. And and you guys, and they fucking stand on their soapboxes and act like they're getting fucking robbed. Like, oh, the owners make more money, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you're getting paid. Some of these football players are getting paid $60 million a year, man, to play football for 10 weeks a year. Like, get out there and get your fucking head wrung, man. Like, or you know what? You can do Excel and I'll get my fucking head wrung on TV. I don't give a shit. It's so fucking ridiculous. And yes, a few of them are going to murder their fucking girlfriends and shit and shoot up clubs like Aaron Hernandez. And that sucks. But then just ban football altogether then. I don't want to watch flag football. And I don't need to see that fucking Mahomes guy get every fucking call. He gets everything, man. And he's good. He's good. So just have him be good. I just don't get it. And when are people gonna? It's like the video game industry. It's the same thing. Once too much money gets into it, then all these people don't fucking like. They don't try anymore, and they think that they just deserve it. It's like, and I sound like a boomer here, but at some point, man, just give us something. You're ruining every aspect of my fucking life, and all I want is to just enjoy something, and I can't. And it's not because I'm negative. Stop telling me I'm negative. Video games suck. Call of Duty is dead. I hopped on last night, and there's fucking people with unicorns and all this bullshit, and you can buy a million things, and there's guns that I'm never going to unlock because I'm not putting 80 hours into it, and I'm getting melted by them. Just fucking make a video game where I can log on, and it's semi-fair. Make it good. I don't waiting 20 minutes to get into a lobby. It's 2025. Like, I saw a video comparing MW3 to Black Ops 6. In MW3, you get in a lobby today on an Xbox 360 quicker than you get into a fucking Black Ops 6 lobby. That is unacceptable. And when's the last good game? When's the last good? Like, I'm not playing Apex again. You soft launched Apex, and Aaron and I talked about it. I'm not fucking getting into it again. I refuse to constantly go back to Apex because nothing else is good. I'm not playing Fortnite.
It's literally the only game besides DayZ, and DayZ is made by people fighting in the Ukraine war right now.
And it's not even a good game.
Yeah.
It's not even a good game.
It's just different.
And I paid $40 for Arma, and I'm probably never going to fucking load into that game again. And it's just, there's nothing, man. TV show. I watched The fucking Penguin, and it was a good show. But apparently it's a miniseries. They're not making any more of it.
No, the next movie's in 2 years.
The next movie's in 2 years. He has 6 scenes, and I'm going to have to see fucking Barry Keoghan as the Joker. I don't want to see that. He's not going to be as good as Heath Ledger. He's not. He's going to be closer to Jared Leto, and Jared Leto sucked. It was a fucking terrible movie. I'm not watching it. Like, when was the last good TV show? I can't even fucking think of it. I watch cable TV with my parents, and I'm like, they're making another show with the fucking guy from Mike and Molly, and it's the fucking 15th show where he has another fat wife, and they're making the same jokes about them being fat. I'm over it. It's CBS. Make something good. And then there's like, there's 15 spin-offs of Big Bang Theory. There's another show about the fucking the person from
or like Yellowstone.
Yeah, or Yellowstone.
There's like 10 of them.
Goddamn, whatever his name is. What is his name?
Which one? Yellowstone guy?
Yellowstone guy.
Fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Costner? Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Costner.
He made the fucking 1823 movie or whatever the fuck it is, or whatever the new movie he made, and he's like, oh, I had to sell one of my houses to make it. Like, first off, boo-hoo, I don't give a shit. If you want to make cowboy movies, then do it. But it's like, he has another thing on TV where he's going from Yellowstone to fucking Yosemite. He's taking a trip from Yellowstone. Enough of the fucking Yellowstone. Make something else. And it's like when you do make something good, you either ruin it by making it for fucking too long like you did Walking Dead, or you just fucking don't make a good... It's a one-season miniseries. Like every show I've fucking watched recently, I get to the point where I'm like, this is just... It's too fucking gross. And they can't get out of their own way. And I just can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it. Like I'm fucking 27 years old, and I'm the most bitter person on the planet. I don't want to do anything, and then I keep on going to TikTok, and I don't want to watch TikTok. Like the TikTok got fucking deleted, and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, it's probably good for me. And then when it got fucking banned, I like instinctually clicked on it 15 times in the first 25 minutes I was awake because I tried to put a fucking TV show on and I couldn't do it. I can't focus on anything because nothing is good. It's not because I can't focus. Nothing is good. It's infuriating, man.
I really only watch YouTube at this point.
And the thing is, too, is I know what's going to happen in this fucking Super Bowl. First off, I don't want Philly to win because Philly's a disgusting place filled with disgusting people. It is New York and Boston, the worst parts of it combined into a disgusting, gross city of obnoxious, terrible fans. They are terrible people. They won the fucking NFC Championship, and they were in the middle of a parade, and some asshole pulls out his gun and shoots up vertically like he's in fucking Iraq. Like, what are you doing, you sick fuck? You bully Santa Claus. You fucking scream at kids. There was some guy who fucking elbowed this other guy because he was wearing a fucking Commanders jersey. Like, you guys are so obnoxious, and I can't help you. I don't want you to win, especially because you beat us in 2017. I don't want to see it again. But I definitely don't want to see the goddamn Chiefs win. First off, spread the love. Kansas City is a shithole, and I understand that the fucking football team is probably the only thing they have. But you know how many fucking shitholes there are in this country? You don't think Buffalo could have used a fucking Super Bowl? You don't think fucking Baltimore could have used a fucking Super Bowl? You got to give another one to these fucking stupid hicks from Missouri? It's stupid, and I know what's going to happen. It's going to be a close game. There's going to be a fucking bullshit flag at the end. Mahomes is going to do whatever, and then they're going to win. Taylor Swift's going to run on the field. Travis Kelce might propose. That's my fucking hot take. He's going to fucking propose to her. Andy Reid's going to die of a heart attack eating a fucking cheeseburger. And then we're going to have to come back next year, and the same fucking thing's going to happen. And I'm just over it. And even if Kansas City wins, then we got to hear about how he's fucking better than Tom Brady. And I don't want to fucking hear it. He's not. He's not better than Tom Brady. If you watch them, yes, he's more athletic. Yes, he makes some goofy throws. But if you're telling me with a fucking hand on the Bible that you'd rather have Patrick Mahomes now than Tom Brady in his fucking prime, any of his primes, you're fucking stupid. He's way better at being a QB. He just is. There's a reason the league is boring now. It's because everyone's trying to find Patrick Mahomes. It's a fucking terrible league. And we're going to have to sit there and watch them win it again. In their stupid fucking tomahawk chop, which I don't even know how the fuck that is. Like, the Atlanta Braves do it too. I'm not a fucking PC person, but there's something about a ton of fucking rich white people from Missouri fucking doing the tomahawk chop that just gets me a little riled up. It's so classless, man. Like, say what you will about stupid New England fans. We were stupid and we didn't understand how good we had it. But at least we weren't doing the goddamn tomahawk chop. It's fucking embarrassing, man. Anyway. It's just the more that the fucking sports gambling gets into it, the more that everything we watch is going to turn into the fucking WWE. Everything is going to be the Jake Paul fucking Mike Tyson fight. We're just going to be fucking cucked by every single thing in our life.
I think the worst part is that we can protest it all we want and it's not going to matter.
It's not going to change.
Because
just like how everybody gets pissed off
we
at
already don't put enough money into it for them to like care about what our opinion is. And
No.
That's the sad part.
No. And it's the same thing with Call of Duty because no matter how much people actually bitch and moan, there's these brain rot idiots who buy every single thing online, and why would they change? Stop spending money. Stop showing your fucking eyes. Stop watching it. I refuse to watch the NFL. I don't watch it. This is the first weekend I watched 2 games. I genuinely think since even when the Patriots were good, I wasn't watching multiple games. I refuse to watch it. I haven't. That was the first time I sat in fucking Fenway Park in years because these fucking billionaire fuckbag owners who own our team don't want to spend money on it. Sell the team then. If you don't, it's not an asset, man. It's all we have in our life is this fucking Red Sox. And they suck because you guys let Mookie Betts go. You let fucking Bogarts go. You let our whole team disintegrate because you want some nerds who tell us the launch angle, blah, blah, blah. It fucking ruins everything. And if you own a team, spend money on it. And they fucking say the Celtics, and it's going to happen to the Celtics. I already fucking know it. Because John Henry's thinking about buying the Celtics, and he's going to do the same fucking thing. We're going to watch Tatum or Jaylen Brown walk away. We're going to watch our team crumble. We might barely make the playoffs every year. And I got to sit here every day in the fucking winter watching our team crumble, watching our fucking hockey team be miserable because that fuckbag owner doesn't want to spend money. The fucking Crafts don't want to spend money. We owe $100. They have $130 million in salary cap. I bet you they're not going to fucking spend it. And if they do, it's going to be on some terrible fucking player just to make you happy. If they draft Travis Hunter, I swear to fucking God, I will not watch the fucking Patriots ever again. If we draft Travis Hunter and talk about how he can play both sides of the football, I am done with it. I'm done with it. All we have are these fucking sports teams. Nothing else is good because you guys ruin everything. Everything doesn't need to be a commodity, man. Just fucking make something enjoyable. Have a little goddamn pride in something. These fucking nerds with all the money. It's infuriating. On that note, before I fucking have a heart attack, I don't know what else to say. Thanks for listening. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.